I check your excitement level and the mood you have today for this live session. Tell me otherwise. Last time we missed one live session, one episode of talk show. Did you all miss us? Without knowing this, I'm not going to start today's live session. Yes. Hi, little English learners. Utkarsh and Adarsh says hi, hello. Yes, amazing. Thank you so much. Even we missed you a lot. I just wanted to check if the excitement is same the way you always have for us. Now that it's another Sunday and we are back for English Shadi Talk Show. This is episode number. Any guesses? Though you saw on your screen. Yes, this is episode number 8, and for today's episode, we have Tutor Titus with us. Good evening, Tutor Titus.
Good evening, Shruti.
How are you doing today? How is the excitement?
The excitement has reached the maximum level possible.
Wow.
Absolutely. This is the first time something like this, and I have, what shall we say? Yeah, I'm just looking forward to what's coming up.
Superb. And as you all know, we never come with a lot of planning and plotting that we'll discuss this or that. The flow of session remains in your hands. So the kind of questions you would have would decide how we'll deliver a session today. And to your surprise, Tutor Titus, more than 30 learners have already joined us in. And I see people writing that, hi, Titus, sir, most favorite tutor. Oh my God. I think
Thank
some
you.
learners
Thank
are
you.
there for you.
With all humility, I take in all their greetings and wishes and well wishes. Thank you so much.
Yes, I see you all writing 888. Yes, absolutely. We are here for episode number 8 of English Shari Talk Show, the ultimate show where we talk about English in English and no more boring things, how to do this, how to do that. I feel, Tutor Titus, that people are generally curious to know how do we improve this, how do we improve our grammar, our vocabulary. But if you are just focusing on how, then you would not be able to improve because you're gaining the information, but you're doing nothing in order to improve that. What do you say about it?
Yeah. Well, I have very little to say about it, but my learners who come to me speak volumes on this particular aspect. And I'm simply humbled by their efforts that take me to, it's not it's nothing of my merit. You see the learners that have been, say, coming over and over again repeatedly and enjoying the learning space that is given to them, and that's what I would like to appreciate so much about it. If you would like me to elaborate it, surely I will take this chance to elaborate it and to give you more details of it. But in general, just in one word, I would say, not just one word, just to give you one sentence, it all depends on the learners. Each learner is unique. You mentioned some names there, Saraswati, you mentioned there Sanjeevani ma'am, and you mentioned there Rahul. Each of them is unique. That I can tell you. And that's what makes me be a challenging, I mean, take it as a challenge being on English Yari, because I see the progress that they are able to make. And when I see that progress happening in them and with them, there is progress. I'm just being a part of it. I'm just holding their hands and leading them a step a day, a step a day, and I'm perfectly happy. Anytime you ask me about my learners, there is no this trick or that trick that works. It is the trick with which that particular learner finds his or her learning space.
Absolutely. I don't think I can agree more on this. And to all the learners who are watching us, firstly, do type me where actually you're joining us from. Somebody wrote Qatar, somebody wrote Pakistan as well. I want to see where exactly you are currently watching us live for sure. Now, I have not introduced formally Tutor Titus to you. A lot of learners already, I think, are there who join session with you regularly, so they definitely need no introduction. But for you who are meeting him for the first time, let me tell you, Tutor Titus is somebody. you would be shocked to hear has delivered more than 4,000 sessions, successful sessions on English Diary platform with over 4.9 star rating on an average, which is a great rating to maintain. Not just an IELTS trainer, but also a communication coach, and has worked for decades in this field. So, whatever you hear today is going to be, of course, special. So, make sure you ask as many questions as you have for him today, and do listen to him very carefully. Because talking to you, one thing is, tutor Titus, I can say my pace of speech is bit high. When I'm excited, I speak too fast like a bullet train. But talking to you, I feel, okay, Shruti, hold your horses, be at ease. How do you maintain this calm?
I tell you, this goes back to 1986 when I attended a workshop. And the workshop was called Taking Responsibility in Life. And this particular course was animated by a couple from Bandra, Mumbai.
Okay.
And I still remember his name and her name, Joe Rodriguez and Brenda Rodriguez. And that time I happened to be in Nagaland, to be specific, in Dimapur. And for me, that kind of a training was for the first time ever in my life. And being a young boy, a young man, say, I must have been in my 19 or 20s, that's all. And
Okay.
there, attending this seminar for a week, this training program for a week, at the end of the session or at the end of the 5 day program, this man by the name Joe Rodriguez came on stage and he said, "Hey, guys, so this is our last day. And what is the takeaway from this particular program?" And he suggested one thing. Let me suggest to you all one thing. And that is, each day you wake up, you run to the mirror, stand in front of the mirror, look at the figure you see in the mirror, and tell to that figure by patting on your shoulders, "Hey, Titus, today I'm looking at the face of the one who is responsible for his happiness. So,
Wonderful.
do I have a choice?"
Definitely not.
So I have to smile and I have to, what shall we say, all the time keep happiness. This morning I happened to listen something on YouTube, and you know what it said? It said, happiness is a choice.
Hmm.
Happiness is a choice that I make. I make a choice to be happy or to be unhappy, to be happy or to be sad. And so I take full leverage of this quotation that I learned in 1986. Anybody who asks me, even to some of my learners, I have told them, Titus, you are responsible. You are looking at the face of the one who is responsible for his happiness today. I'm looking at the face of my own face, and I am the one responsible for my happiness today. Shruti, that's the long and short of the secret.
Wow. And I think I can relate it a lot with communication or self confidence as well. Once you pat yourself, that's a good move, eh? Pat yourself. I often clap for myself. So I think today I got a new formula. So whenever I'm a bit nervous or I doubt myself, that Shruti, are you doing great? Or are you walking actually on a right path? So I just shut my door so that nobody thinks that I've gone crazy, I've gone mad. So I just clap for myself. What a good job, Shruti. You're doing wonderfully well.
Yeah.
But today you've given me a new layer that pat yourself and say, good job. And
Yes.
you are the only
Right.
one responsible for your actions.
I'm the only one.
Super. Absolutely. You've started this on a very great note. And this, I think I have to today have my spectacles on because the chat is scrolling at such a high pace. Learners are writing. I think there's a learner called M Fitring that Tutor Titans is an impeccable coach. Sir, this is Magnesh from Kolhapur. Okay, I think these are your learners who are typing today.
I know
Is
him.
it?
I know him. I know Mangesh so well. Hi, Mangesh. Thank you very much for what shall we say coming up with such a quote. He's an actually a gym. He's a physical fitness trainer, instructor,
Okay.
Mangesh,
All right.
and he never misses a chance to speak English. And you know the collection of vocabulary he has, the collection of idioms that he has, language expressions he has. Wow, give him a chance, he will simply take the stage over to him his side, and you will simply
Wow.
love to listen to him, because you know there's so much of the different creative ways with which he speaks, and that's what I have observed in Magnesh. So Magnesh, thank you so much.
Wow. So now that you are saying you're vouching for him, I don't have any room for doubt. I'm sure Magnesh is a great speaker. Thank you so much. Already 150 learners are watching us. So let's drop a truth bomb today. Whosoever is going to be interestingly typing some comments or would be engaging with us today, one of you can get a chance to join Tutor Titus live here in this session. You can ask one question straight away by being here. So all you have to do is just be active. We'll select one learner probably after 15 to 20 minutes of this session. And let's see who is the lucky one today. How does this sound, Tutoritis? Does it sound great?
Oh, absolutely great. Yes. And I know each of them. You just tell me their names and I'll tell you the rest of it, because
Okay.
because they have so close to me. That's it. So
Okay,
um,
so let me ask you this. There's a learner named Sanjeevani who has written, Sir, your
yeah,
passion for teaching light sparks in every learner's mind. Don't tell me you know
yeah.
Sanjeevani as well now. Do you?
I know Sanjeevani, ma'am. She is around, she is a teacher, high school teacher, and she is also offered by Ministry of Education, the Department of Education, the state of Maharashtra. She's from Amravati, and her husband, Mr. Pramod sir, he joined in a session day before yesterday, and he said, Titus, I'm so happy to be with you, and thank you for helping my dear wife to be very confident that she has come out of her, there was a time that something went wrong and then she was not able to come back to her normal self. And it was credit to you, Shruti, and English Yari. After joining English Yari, she has managed to get overcome that period of, so to say, kind of sadness and things like that. And she was not able to speak. Before she's actually a presenter. She is able to call by the Ministry of Education, Government of Maharashtra, to present, to go around different schools and to present, what shall we say, offer presentations in the subjects of mathematics as well as science. She's a great speaker, and she has completed her MA, post graduation in English also.
All
Yes, and
right.
she's and so she, so much to speak. I don't know now if I begin to. Her style is very unique. Her style is she begins every session with something holy, something spiritual, either with Swami Vivekananda or with Lord Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Uh, See, like that. And so that is actually, I appreciate the way that she has overcome her difficulty. Why? Now she has once again accepted another assignment from the Ministry of Education, Government of Maharashtra, and she is moving into that field once again, back again, which she could not in the past 2 years. Now, being with English Yari, she has not only, it's not just learning the language because she already knows the language, but now
True.
it is that, most of us, we know the language. Who among our learners are, they just don't know anything about it? Most of them know. And Sanjeevani ma'am in particular, her husband in particular, Mr. Pramod, they all know it. And today, they told me that they would be watching this show with all the family members. So if you would ask her, her mother also would be there now, and her mother-in-law most probably, definitely Pramod sir, they're all there. Why? Because they're happy that Sanjeevani ma'am has managed to, overcome this difficulty. So I appreciate that. And thank you, Sanjeevani ma'am, for such beautiful words that you
Wow.
have said. That's what it
And
is.
Sanjeevni ma'am, now that he has given this thing disclaimer that everyone in your family is watching us, so special hi to you and thank you so much for trusting English Harry for your language learning journey. But let me take a moment because I'm yet not able to wrap my head around the kind of details you have shared about your learners. You not only know their name, you know their profession, their husband name, or what kind of style they have. How do you remember so
Right.
much about your learners? Because you have so many of them who love you. What's the
I
secret
do have a
sauce?
separate file. The secret is all here. It's in black and white. In the beginning days, I used to maintain diaries, but diaries were not really doing the jobs properly because limited pages, and you don't know how many pages each learner would require. And so I have now foolscap papers so that I can add on and add on and add on after each session. Something new that I learned from them. Without this connection, Shruti, believe me, no communication will happen. You need to connect. You need to have this. See, every day, if I'm like a robot here, I'm not a robot. I'm flesh and blood. And when people talk to me, I take in all that they say, and I could relate in much better way if I'm able to maintain a little note about each of these people, and they are happy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happiest person more than them because I know the next time I see some booking here. Oh yeah, Titus, your 9:30 to 10 o'clock is booked by this particular. Immediately I know. Oh yeah, this is this particular learner who is coming, and so I'm ready for him or her, and I know the level at which I have to cater to him or her, and so that makes it easier for me.
Mm-hmm. And that's why learners love you. The kind of detail, the kind of attention you put in is indeed beneficial for them. That's why I could hear so many things about the learners. Why don't you show me? Do you have the notebooks or the files you maintain about learners? When I saw it, I was amazed. Do you have it?
It is just here. Yeah, I'll pick up one from here.
Sure. In the live session, believe me, all the learners would be amazed. Ah, you got one.
This is just one file, and in this file, you have names that begin with the English alphabet M. So I have Mukesh Kumar here, and Mukesh Kumar this morning he attended a session. This is his second session with me. He has completed over 128 sessions on English ERE as of date. And then Mohan,
Mhm,
he is a IT manager in a particular firm, and he has
mhm.
20 years of experience in that firm. He just wants to get a hang of extempore presentations, and he wants to be very, very clear about articulation. So in presentation, and then he is married, he has two children. Right now, he has no job, and he has no job right now, and I feel for him. And so he really wants to use this subscription that he has taken with English ERE and to use it to the maximum possible.
Oh, yeah, I just hope
And
you
so,
get the job for sure and don't let us into this. Please keep us in loop so that we are also happy to hear once you get your job. And I think
and then
whosoever is watching us, more than 200 learners are now, I can see here with us. That's the reason I say that if you join our tutors, you're for sure going to see the result. If our tutors are maintaining notes about you, they know your learning goal, they know what exactly you need, they customize the session. If with this help you're not able to improve, then how would you actually improve? Isn't this?
that is true. Yeah, I think definitely, as I said in the beginning of the session, each one is unique. And that's what makes each of the tutor is also unique.
Mm-hmm.
So
Kamal
both of
has
us, when
written that he's giving more than chat gpt.
is it Kamal Kishore?
The full name I can't really see here. I see Kamal exactly. Yes. Okay. Now I have this in. You also brought this topic in the middle that we are not robots, right? We are humans, and humans actually want connection in order to speak, in order to flourish, right? I recently, heard it. I don't know where exactly, but I saw a reel and it was like, you should talk to AI at least for 5 to 10 minutes. Now, I'm not against it. There's no debate, of course, and said that because AI does not judge you.
Yeah,
Right? I
that's
want to
right.
know when learners come in the session, do you judge your learners? Do you criticize them? Why learners have this fear of talking to a human that now they want to talk to AI? What do you
You
feel about
know,
this?
Shruti, there should be some words that should not have a place in our dictionary, in a tutor's dictionary. And one such word, I remember, or I have read in history books, that Napoleon Bonaparte had no word impossible in his dictionary.
In his dictionary,
He
yes.
never wanted to see that word, and in his dictionary, he never had that word impossible, impossibility. In the same way, in my dictionary, the dictionary of a tutor, I would say no space for judgment, no space for criticism. There is only place for support, being together, companionship, and any other words that makes everything positive. It is a positive experience that we have in every session. I am, and I'm sure my colleagues or my fellow brothers and sisters who are tutors on English Yari and English Yari as an institution as such, as one, I don't think we need to have any space for such words in our dictionary either.
Yes, that's so true. Of
Uh,
course, we feel that there's nothing that you cannot get here. The solution is all here. Just
yeah.
get, I would say, connected with your tutor, unlock everything which you have here. Every learner has so much to speak. I'm sure you are the best one to tell. The moment you ask the right questions at the right time, they open up. Right? They
Yeah.
share the
If at any
stories.
Very true, Shruti. I cannot agree more on that point. If at any time you want me to give specific examples, I can give you right now. Let me begin.
Please.
If you shall, I'll
Yes,
give you the
I would
example
love
of Amrit. I'll give you the example of Amrit Pal Singh. Probably he has been on English Yari, as I understand. He has been there for the past one. He celebrated his first anniversary of taking a subscription on English Yari on the 5th of July.
Okay, you even
Okay.
remember the date. I'm amazed.
On the
Okay.
5th of July. And he has now completed more than 450 sessions, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now what is so special about Amrit? Amrit does not leave any stone unturned. He simply dedication is his strong point. Early morning, when he wakes up, he spends a minimum of 1 hour to 1.5 hours to 2 hours. If he's a chemical engineer at BHCL in Batinda, Punjab, and so after his normal hours of duty, when he is back, his only passion is English and English and English, and he spends time reading. Every day he reads, every day he writes, every day he speaks, and every day he listens. He practices all the four
All four
learning
pillars.
skills, all
Mm-hmm.
four pillars. And this man is a gem of a person because as somebody, I forget that, I think it is Bonsard or somebody, I forget his name because for some time he has not been on the platform. He's from Nepal, no, from Nepal, from Pokhara. And this man
Mm-hmm.
is a manager level. He has got around 360 people working under him in the banking sector. And one day he told me, Titus, why do you ask me if I am able to learn English? Look, my goal is clear. My goal is clear. I have a definite purpose. I have a clear goal. And when my goal is clear, when my purpose is so crystal clear, and I just go. I don't need somebody else to tell me, hey, come on, wake up. I don't need someone else, a third party, a second party to come and tell me, hey, today, don't aren't you joining the English ERA session? No, I am up because he used to be up as early as 6 o'clock in sessions with me. As early as that. But sometimes, connectivity was an issue with him sometimes. But then, such a gem of a person who already have around, not around, 360 employees working under him, and yet he feels the need to improve his English, increase his fluency, and he says, Titus, yeah, that's okay. I do have English. I do have that level of English, but I need to go another step ahead. And so he told me about the definite purpose. So Amrit is like him, definite purpose. Goal is clear. I want to be a tutor on English Yari if everything goes well one day. That's what his aim is. He has
Wow.
shared this one with me so many times, and he's going out of he goes what shall we say? He goes the extra mile to get this
Extra
done.
mile,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yes,
And let
that's
me share
true.
with you the way he joins in a session. When he joins a session, Amrit doesn't want a kind of an external factor to induce him to speak. No. He just comes and he says, "Hi, Titus. Good evening. This is the time that we are in a session together. Now, let me begin the session. And he
So
just
he
begins the
takes the
session.
full charge.
He takes the full. I simply sit like that. I listen to him and I watch his diction. If there is any kind of grammar errors, the kind of normal, usual, common ones that he may not get it correctly, if at all, and if any not if any pronunciation errors, I would simply tell him, "Hey, Amrit, I think that one is wrong," and he appreciated that. He continues to appreciate it so very much. And now, what has he done? He has also removed that job from me. He doesn't want me to do even that. So he has started learning, what shall we say, nearly 100 words which are mispronounced. Now he has got the right pronunciation. And so because of him, I am gaining a lot. Some of the words that I thought I knew the right pronunciation aren't pronounced the right way. So Amrit is taking responsibility for his learning.
Wow.
This is one person. If you would permit me, I would talk about Adil Mahbub.
Oh,
Can
you have
I?
a lot more learners who are like this serious. I
You
think
mean
there's a beautiful quote which says that if something is your priority, then you actually don't care about the situations, the time, the people, anything. You're just focused. So what I could gauge
yeah,
from this kind of learner is he has his priority set. I want to be good at communication. I want to make sure I speak it this way. So he's making sure everything is covered
yeah,
exactly. You need to ask yourself, and I think in episode number 203 when tutor Madhav joined, he also said that it's not about how your why should be strong, because the why would drive your whole journey, isn't it? So his goal is
exactly,
maybe one day he'll become.
exactly. So
Yeah,
he sees the
that's what
end. He sees the end as
truly.
to what he would be in 3 years, 4 years time. So, so that any time you
Yes.
would like me, I would be happy to share more about many more learners
Would
like
love
Amrit.
to, of course. Before that, there's a question in the chat. Should we take this up? A lot of learners are writing. I think they'll get mad at us if we'll not answer their question. Let's quickly take a few questions. Should we?
Please, please, please
Okay.
don't put me into a huge. Anyhow.
Not at all. Not at all. There's a learner named Prasad who says, "How many sessions do I need to take in order to speak like you?" That's a
Oh
sweet
my God.
question.
That's a. Is it Prasad Kumar or is it just Prasad? Okay, I hope it is
Prasad is
Prasad.
what I see. Yes.
All right, all right. So Prasad, to Prasad, I would like to tell you, Prasad, I really don't know how many sessions you need to take because it's not like I don't know what to say. You know, I think people say to go from one level of English to the next level, you need to have a year of English practice. So if you want to go from A to B, you need to have that 1 year practice. And then from B to C, yet another year long practice. And so it will take time. But if you are somebody like willing to walk the extra mile, waiting to burn the midnight oil, leave no stone unturned, then I would say, Prasad, you would get it as quickly as you decide it for yourself. It's as simple as that.
Yes.
I decide something for myself. I want to be fluent. I want to be. It's not because of the tutor. It's not because of English Yari. It's because of joining English Yari, being with a particular tutor. The learner decides. Prasad decides. Will I manage how many years you want to go? There is no shortcut,
Absolutely.
but there is hard work. There is
Yeah.
demanding. Challenges are on your way, demands are on your way. Are you willing to face them? Go ahead. Absolutely. And as a tutor, I will be by your side. I will run with you at your pace. No problem. If you are at 160 kilometers per hour, I'll run with you at 160 kilometers per hour. But we need to start from somewhere.
Yes, that's true. And I think truth is always bitter. People love, they all enjoy cakes, but they don't have that patience to check the procedure. You firstly make the batter ready, then you keep it at rest. It actually goes in oven for good 40-50 minutes, and then it's actually ready for you. So you need to trust the process. Start first, don't think when my cake would be ready. So imagine fluency is like that
Yeah.
cake for you. The process is the journey. So start it. One day you'll reach the end goal. And I always feel that in
Yes,
language, there's no end. You can always be a learner.
that is true. Sudhi, I'd like to add one more thing here. Is that
Please go
okay?
ahead. Yes,
Right.
yes.
See, look, there are more than one learner who has said that taking a subscription on English ERE or any other platforms in order to improve your communication skills and to increase your fluency is not an expenditure, but rather it is an investment. This
That's
line
true.
has caught me so thoroughly. It makes me even wonder because if I, as a tutor, don't do my job, that investment is not helped to produce rich dividends. So, this is the mindset most learners have. And I believe every learner has. They have invested money so that their life skills get developed, upskilled,
Yes.
leveraged. I like this so much when people tell me that.
Of course, I think there's a learner called English Ocean says learning English is not a piece of cake. Well done. I was giving you example of cake, and now you've used an idiom to express that. Beautiful. There's a learner, and I'm sure the moment I say this name, you would know this learner. It comes with the name Humming Space, saying sometimes success is invisible, but with persistent efforts and consistency, we can achieve proficiency without a doubt. Right?
Without a doubt, and I would like to add something there. I know this person.
Yes.
I know that this person, her name is Saraswati. Saraswati has been on English Yari platform, to your knowledge, Shruti, more than 450 sessions. Okay.
Wonderful.
And
Today
not
I'm in
only
awe.
that, not only that, she is very humble. Learners, we are all humble, but this person is even humbler, very modest, very unassuming, and always love to go back to the basics. When I, as a tutor, give her a feedback, she receives it both hands. She's such a receptive person.
Wonderful.
And the next day, she would come if she joins and she would say, yeah, yesterday I did that. Yes, yesterday I practiced that. I have overcome that. And I have really made a change in myself. And she sometimes uses the chat GPT to double check and even triple check. And that's wonderful. Why don't we use chat GPT in the right way? It's not that we run to ChatGPT at the first instance, but rather
True.
we try ourselves. And when we have tried it, when we encounter a difficulty, we move to ChatGPT because a tutor is not there all the time. And more than a tutor, it is, you see, the willingness that you are able to go through, the willingness from your side to improve. I don't know this. Let me begin it all over again. I made umpteen mistakes here. Let me not make more mistakes. Let me get this correctly. So this is the best side of Saraswati. She's such a person who is willing to go not only the extra miles in order to pursue this goal of becoming proficient. And she was a gold medalist in her college days, in her
Superb.
post graduation. Yes.
Yeah.
So
And
she
see the kind of
knows.
dedication people have to improve this language. They come from various walks of life. You have told me about the one who's an engineer. You've talked to me about the one who's between jobs. Then this person, wonderful. It's like a woo room moment for us. That's great. All right. So I have this question. I think a lot of learners here who are watching this live would agree that there are two kind of people. Whenever you join a group, there are some people who lead the conversation. Then there's the other person, they're just following. Okay, yeah, they nod their head or maybe just say yes or no in the situation. We all look up to the leaders who have the
Right.
control of the whole room, they have the control of the conversation. So
Yeah.
how somebody can be the voice of their words? A lot of times we don't speak. We feel
Yeah.
it's better we stay silent because silence is easy. Speaking up,
Yeah.
putting yourself takes a lot of vulnerability and you're not that ready. Yeah. So what do you
That's
feel?
true.
What makes
Yeah.
leaders actually the ones to which everyone look at? What's
So
that
the
one
first
secret?
of all, if I have understood it correctly, let me put it this way: the session notes that we have provided by English Yari. Such a wonderful resource. Okay, yeah. There are passages, there
Mm-hmm.
are engaging questions, there are the vocabulary, and there are the idioms and other engaging activities particularly suited to the learner to speak. I use them very often. At the same time, I use a little different material sometimes. For example, you see, look at these people, such people who are diffident, who are not just forward, who are not just somebody who needs a push. They need, what shall we say, they need a situation to speak. And so I, from my little experience of being with these learners, I have now started something called preparing a lesson by myself on the heroes of India. For example, you won't believe, yesterday my session with some of the learners was on IAS Avanish Sharan, who failed 10 times
Mm-hmm.
in his exams, and
Okay.
from a very poor village. And this boy, he saw a huge dream. He made it big. Today, he is a respected IAS officer. So,
Wow.
then again, I'll give you examples of Vinod Vinu, another IPS officer who lost his plus two exams, and he had to drive a tempo in order to help his dad who had lost his job. And but then he kept on the goal of becoming an IPS officer, and he did become an IPS officer after failing. He did not even have money to buy food when he moved to Delhi to be further educated. I'll give you the example of Neha Badwal from Gujarat, Vadodara. She
Mm-hmm.
failed 3 years in her IES UPSC exams. Then she went into a solitary uh, mode of life. She threw away her, what shall we say, internet facilities. She did not avail internet facilities. She did not even own a mobile. She gave it to her mom, put it away, did not go out to meet and mingle and interact with people on many occasions, stayed in that particular room, wrote the exam. There, she cracked it, and today we have such a an IPS IAS officer at her. She's I think 24 years old. So what I do is I give them the scenario in the form of a comprehension passage, paste it in the chat box, and then come up with the three vocabulary, three idioms, and then comes the most important part: speaking. So now they have to speak because they have read the context, and now they have to speak. It is not right or wrong answer, but I want them to come up with a kind of response, feeling motivated. Feeling
True.
motivated. If that person could do it, I can do
Why
it.
can't I?
Why
Yes,
can't I do it?
absolutely.
And sometimes we have some questions like, okay, imagine now you are invited to a school by a principal, and you are now asked to give a speech on a motivational speech to the students of that particular school on this particular person, that is IAS Avinash Sharan. And so now, come on, go ahead. And so he or she, the learner, has some bit of information there. Based on that, he or she is able to speak. And you won't believe,
Yes.
miracles are happening, transformation is taking place. These people, they enjoy, they say, this is the first time I get a chance to speak on a platform like this where I am addressing a crowd. School, I imagine students in
Yeah.
front of me, and the principal is there. And
Yeah.
so that is it, Shruti. I think that is really helping most of them, along with our session notes. Session notes, for sure, it is a big help. It is a big and what shall we say, very significant resource that we have. At any time, we can go to that. But there are some times we may have to customize a little bit
Tweak the
to make the
session.
people
Yes.
do this one. I don't know if I have
Absolutely.
answered you right.
No, no, I think you couldn't have answered this any better because you don't only share the kind of things you do with your learner, you're also sharing a bit of your methodologies. That's great. That's absolutely amazing. And I think every introvert or anyone who self-claim to be shy, not having words, they all need a space to speak up. We all have context. We all
Yeah.
have our brain. when people come to me and say, I don't get thoughts, I don't think in English, I'm like, you already have thoughts in brain. God has given you brain, that itself mean you have a lot of thoughts in your life. You can't stop
That's
thinking.
true, Shruti.
Yeah.
That's
Even if you
true.
sit in silence, you have thoughts. So don't
Yeah,
say I don't
agree.
have thoughts. Then you say I don't have words. Are you not communicating in your mother tongue? You have words. Maybe
Yeah,
you don't
yeah,
know the right words for the different language, but you have words. So these two are myths. And what you have
that's
told
true.
me today is another layer beneath, which is you just need a right person to help you unlock that space.
Exactly. That space has
Yeah.
to be unlocked. And I think
Yeah.
most of us are suffering from glossophobia. Glossophobia would mean fear of public speaking.
Public
And this is
speaking.
absolutely true. So we have to overcome this glossophobia and help our learners to overcome this one. And I tell you, every learner is willing to go through that. They are willing to shed this glossophobia, get rid of this glossophobia, provided we give them the space to speak. And most of them
Yes.
use it very well.
Yeah, that's really wonderful. I see a lot of learners even writing here. Is it possible to? I think there's a learner by the name Little English Learners, Utkarsh and others says, is it possible to learn English language without any grammar rule? Okay, this is I think one of those questions which every
I've
second
been
learners have thought in.
I've been just waiting for Utkarsh to come. Utkarsh
Oh,
Tirupati.
you
Okay,
know
that is
this
his full
man as
name.
well.
This
Good.
boy is six
Okay.
years old. Just a 6 year old little boy, a dear son. And he is in primary one. And he
Mm-hmm.
has completed reading 100 books, 110 books. And
To my
I had just
surprise.
one session with him the other day. And his
Mm-hmm.
father, mother are the driving force behind him. See how much parental force can help children become confident, fluent. You know what his ambition is? When I asked him, "Hi Utkarsh, what do you want to become one day? What is your ambition?" "I want to become a fluent speaker of the English language." Wow. His milk teeth have just shed. He is now forming stronger teeth. And I just, my, what
Impeccable.
a, it was such an impeccable moment, and a moment which I would cherish for the rest of my life. A little
True.
boy like that, 6 years, having completed 106 or 107 books, being helped by the dad. And dad was taking all the books to him and saying, "Hey, here it is." And one book, you won't believe, 700 pages. Rawada, one particular book, 700 pages. And he completed that, and he gave me a summary of that book. And he has even read. Oh, I have still a lot to say. I hope, Shruti, it's okay. Can I
Yeah,
carry
yeah,
on?
please.
I
Yes.
would say Utkarsh is such a gem of a child. See, this here actually what comes is parental, what shall we say, that kind of support,
Help.
parental support.
Yes.
And I simply salute the parents of Utkarsh to start this at this very young age.
Yeah,
And
exactly. This is like a building block. Mm-hmm.
his father is a government employee, and his brother's name is Adarsh. And Adarsh is now taking after his brother. Oh my, both of them would be a great combination, perfect fit. And not only Utkarsh, like Utkarsh, you can learn without learning grammar. You can speak, yes, Utkarsh. I can assure you. But you are a child who is just beginning. And my God, Utkarsh, you need to really tap into every part of grammar, every part
Mm-hmm.
of punctuation, every part of what it takes to be a fluent speaker. So you can speak for sure, but then you should become an authority. To another learner who is a bit elderly, I wouldn't suggest that. But to Utkarsh has to, what shall we say, Utkarsh can do it because basic English he knows very well. He makes no
Yeah.
mistake in his sentence
Okay.
constructions. Such a
Okay.
boy. And I have Abhijit Sarkar and Abhineet Sarkar from Orissa. They are in their plus 12 now. They are also like this. And not only that, Abhineet Sarkar comes with his sister. So both of them are learning. And both
Wow.
of them, parents are the guiding force, the driving force behind them. I have a Sylvia from the USA. She's in year 9, and her father is the one who is giving this chance for her. And she is simply, what shall we say, interested in speaking and speaking and speaking. Definitely from
Mhm.
the USA, she knows English, but she doesn't want to, stay at that level. She wants
That
to take another level. So many of these children who come to me, I love them. There are two, one Harini from Hyderabad, and another person, one Magalappe. I forget her first name. Oh my,
okay.
she is
You
really
have
her.
elephant's memory, by the way. You remember learners, you remember dates, you remember the data. So there's no doubt that if
Oh,
somebody meets you, you'll forget. There's no chance about it. And I think here, when you talk about these learners, once and for all, whosoever thinks is grammar important, we always have this thing, we have this kind of framework that if we are talking about grammar, we are talking about grammar books, grammar lectures. That's not the
yeah.
case. When you talk about communicative grammars, there are few concepts that one needs to master. That's all you have to do. We don't want you to come solve the papers or solve the sheets because you're not preparing for examination. Currently, he was addressing a small kid. That's why he was saying that please go through. It's your time to actually challenge yourself, put yourself into test. But all the other learners, relax. Here, when we talk in the sessions, I'm sure Tutor Titus, you can validate this. We don't teach that okay, today we'll be teaching you tenses, tomorrow we'll be teaching you
No,
prepositions. We don't
no,
do that.
no, no, no.
This is the
Uh,
beauty
uh,
of English, Yadi. We
yeah,
get
this is
learners from every age group. Whosoever is willing to
every
become
age
better
group,
version, we have it.
right? Every
Yes.
age group, yes. Tell you. And
Super.
I would certainly love to share with you something, a very unique way of learning by one learner, when if you have time.
Yeah, yeah, please, please. I was just
Shall
having a
I?
look at the learners who are writing it to us. Please go ahead.
I'll just speak about Adil Mahbub. He has been on English Yari for more than 200 sessions, completed already.
Wonderful.
But
Okay.
these 2 weeks he is not there. He has gone to AIIMS to be by the side of his dad, who is undergoing a spine surgery. Okay, now this man is from Bihar, but now he's working in Guwahati in Assam, and he's working with Maruti Suzuki India Limited. He is one of the senior managers there. He has one particular style of learning, self talk.
Okay.
I know him very well. He has come to me for more than 125 sessions or so. And this man, he now practices self talk. What is self talk? I didn't know what it was all about. And then he told me, like the kind of one that I said before, he told me, Titus, early morning, I wake up, I go to the washroom, and as I go, stand in the washroom, I pat my shoulder again. Last time, patting the shoulders. This time, I pat the shoulders, and then I say to myself, hey, Adil, I consider myself as two. Adil one, Adil two. Hey, Adil,
Okay.
listen to me. Let me tell you what I learned yesterday, what I did yesterday. Let me share with you what I plan to do today. Let me share with you what I plan to do tomorrow. Hey, Adil, listen again. I have a conversation coming up at 11 o'clock, a telephonic conversation. And I would love to you to listen to the entire conversation. And he practices like this. Oh my, today he has no way, he cannot stop words flowing off his lips because vocabulary keeps coming. Even when he takes his children to school and drops them to school, he does this. When he is at a traffic light, he does this self-talking. Whenever he has time, he does self-talking. To the extent that one day his wife told him, asked him, "Hey, Adil, are you okay? Should we meet a psychologist or a psychiatrist? Are you okay? Are you fine?" And then one more thing. Last week, when he took a resubscription on English Yari, he came to me and he said, Titus, I have now begun to dream in English. I couldn't believe
Super.
to dream in
Delusional
English.
world.
Yeah. And so he has completely no more thinking in Hindi so much. I mean, that's what I would like to say. That's what I got to understand from Adil. But he's a
Yeah.
person, who goes after this language and he wants to become the most fluent person ever. I like Adil. Simply, I would like to appreciate him for his beautiful style of learning.
Wonderful. And I think all you learners are going to be super happy because you're making their evening amazing by naming them up, putting them on spotlight, sharing what exactly are their strengths and weaknesses. Wonderfully, wonderfully done. Any questions you all would have, we would love to take. Still, there are more than 150 people who are watching us. Amazing. If you have not liked, this live session yet, please do that, because my motive is to bring you all the expert tutors we have one after the other. Because here, when you talk to multiple people, you have different perspective, and you're killing two birds with single stone. Number one, you're listening to both of us speaking in English, which is very, very essential. Secondly, when you talk to different tutors, when they share their ideas, you're not just learning the kind of things their learners do, but also you're getting something fresh out of this. For example, in today's session, firstly, we started with how you can just be responsible for your actions, self talk, self patting, where you say that, hey, I can do it. Then we focused on learners learning journey, that it's a journey and journey takes time. So be patient, stay calm, talk to a tutor, and make it easy. No matter at what level you are, our tutors are ready to help you anyway, literally. And to all of you, I think it's a time where I tell you that it's Sunday today, and our Super Sunday sale is live, so you all can avail up to 50% off. All you just have to do is download the English Diary app, check our website, choose your tutor, have a session, and rest your tutor would show you what magic pills they have, isn't it?
True, true, true. Yeah, that's absolutely
Amazing.
correct.
Yeah, there's so many learners writing. Thank you so much. Uh, he says that okay, Titus sir has taken English Shari app to next level. He's so dedicated. More students are attracted to sir because of his way of teaching. Wow, I'm getting to know a lot about you. I know you as a person, as a tutor. There's so much learners have written. Thank you for coming here, for the energy and the enthusiasm. All of you, wonderfully done. And keep writing this way. Amazing. So now we are already 50 minutes done. Can you believe that? We have been talking from last 50 minutes. How do you
Right.
feel
Yes,
currently?
Shruti.
Tell me.
I feel absolutely, because my thoughts are with my learners. That's why I'm not seeing, when I see you, when I talk to you, I know that I'm not seeing them directly, and my thoughts are with them. And I would like to tell them this one: honorificabilitudinitatibus. It's a long word, yes. 27 letters, yes. Honorificabilitudinitatibus. But the beauty of it is, if you take English, okay, let's tell Amrit. Amrit, you have taken your English, you are taking your English speaking so seriously that one day you will reach honorificabilitudinitatibus. What does it mean? You will reach recognition, you will reach respect, you will get everything that it goes along with a person who is fluent in English. And that's why I have chosen that word. That word is really beautiful, meaning your dedication can lead to respect. But we use a little long word like your dedication will lead you to honorificabili tudini
Such a big
tatibus.
word. Yes.
That's wonderful. So that's a kind of, my word of encouragement for them. Don't look at the length of the word. That in itself is an assurance for all of us that we can learn words, that we can memorize vocabulary. So just don't look at the length of the word and say, oh no, that's too much. I can't use it. We may not be able to use that in our daily conversation, but we could once in a while use that. What is
Mm-hmm.
wrong with it? Because it gives us such a positive vibe. So I would leave that word also with my learners. So as I said, what's happening to me right now is I see every one of them. Those who came to me from right last December onwards. And then to this day, I see each of them. And I would like to tell them, hi guys, it was a great sessions with you, and being with you is the driving force behind my cheerful face, my happy face, what shall I say, everything that is about me. I can give you more if you begin to speak. We learners are just waiting for you to speak. I, as a tutor, I'm waiting for you to speak. We, as tutors on English Yari, we are waiting for you to speak. Enjoy the freedom that the speech will bring to you. The moment you are able to speak fluently this language, English, can you believe there was a one person from Hyderabad? He was little from the interior. He was crying with his wife, Elijah and Elisha, somewhat the names. He came in a demo session. He said, I am working 9 hours a day in a private school, taking 14 periods a day. I know it is hard, and they are paying me only 15,000 rupees. But I stick to this difficult role as a teacher. Why? I will get more chance to interact, more chance to speak, more chance to be with the learners. Oh my God, that day listening to that man, I literally shed tears. I had no words to say. See, the to the depths which we are able to go to learn a new language, and particularly to become prof. And he says other schools are offering me 40,000, 45,000 rupees a month for jobs teaching, but I don't get it because I don't have that English fluency.
Yeah. For
See,
us,
the
it's a
happiness.
normal language. Yes, for them, it's a really big deal. They want to speak better, they want to share their opinion, be it for jobs or for your self confidence.
Yeah,
Many times I see people, when we try to speak with them, they're just looking at us. I'm like, you can also speak provided you have a strong reason for yourself. All of you, whoever is watching, do one litmus test today before you go to bed, before you hit the bed, before you sleep. Just take a notebook, or even in your phone, you can just type yourself what exactly would happen if I improve my way of communication. It could be anything. It's not just about job, good career. It has a lot to do with your personality, isn't it? I myself feel so much. A lot of opportunities just come my way because people feel connected. Isn't that
correct,
wonderful?
correct.
For us, it's
Very
not just a
true,
language,
Shruti.
it's way beyond. It's
Yeah.
way beyond.
It's way
Yeah,
beyond that. It's way beyond that. Definitely way beyond that. And then also at the
exactly.
same time, we participate in the happiness part and also the sad part, and happiness and sadness, mixture of when they begin to share with you everything about them. And so we are able to guide them even better. Yes, but sometimes I feel sad that there are so many out there who would love to become fluent in this language, and yet they don't have that kind of, resources, maybe something that is preventing them from acquiring it.
Yes.
So for some, it is a gift, and unfortunately, we don't appreciate the fullness of this gift that's given to us.
It's
But for some
okay.
others, they have to work hard.
Exactly, and the kind of dedication you have shown today in the session, and that's the only reason why learners are always crazy. They're always looking for your slots. When are you available, sir? We want to connect with you on a regular basis. It's all because of the personalization you offer, and I think this is one such highlight which makes English very different. The other day, one person asked that, okay, what is this Yari in English? Yari stands for. I smiled and said that Yari in Hindi is friendship. If I tell you, it's the kind of friendship and it's association basically. When you talk to a tutor, there's association, there's friendship, there's acceptance. That's why we say English Shari, that you become a friend with English. Firstly, a friend with your tutor, and then your tutor help you become friends with English. Isn't it?
That's right. That's right. Correct, Shruti. I can't agree more.
Wonderfully. Thanks to all the learners who have joined us in for good 1 hour. We have actually marked this up. A lot of learners are still writing. Okay, let me read a few more. There's a learner named Vinayak says, "What small daily habits can we make to have a big difference in improving fluency?" I think you answered it in a different way, but his question still I would like to ask is any daily habit one can have in order to reach fluency.
I think it is to, there are so many options that are there. Yes, follow the method of Adil. Amritpal, yes, but Adil. Self-talk. What better option do we have than that? Because, most of the times we learners, we complain saying that we don't have an English environment at home, an English ambience at school, at our workplace. We do not have friends with whom we can speak. We do not have relatives with we can relate in English and communicate in English. But then look at Adil's improvised version of learning. What an improvisation that he has taken upon himself. And he is now reaping the fruit of that improvisation. Anytime, anywhere, at any time, anywhere, he is able to speak. So speak to a friend. I'll give you another example. I'll tell you, there is in Calcutta, there is a professor who is teaching in a university. I forget the name of the private university it is. Then one day he said, When I was young, I heard a little sound whispering to me, arise, run out, and then go and speak. And today he realizes that that voice he heard when he was young was to get up early morning because there is a park near to his house, to go to the park and speak with the first person he meets there. So even now, he takes it as a practice. He goes there, meets anybody on his way, and he will strike up a conversation. Hi, sir. Some of them may not return. It's okay. Don't worry. He will go to the next one because in him there is the fire, and that fire can't be kindled. That is
Yes.
on fire. Once we are set on fire, there is nothing that can deter us. This is what that person from Nepal said. That's bank manager, somebody I referred to in my a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have this fire in us? Is it simmering? Then
Absolutely.
let it become alive. Be people who are fired with something, a drive for, I need to, I want to, I will reach there in 6 months' time. Give set limits in 6 months' time, in 9 months' time, in 1 year time. I'm going to be there. I'm going to turn every stone unturned. I'm not going to leave
First, you
any
have to
stone unturned.
imagine that in your head. Yeah, there's one quote which says that if you can feel it here, you can sense it here, you can definitely have it in your life too. So, firstly,
Yes,
set your
yes.
goal, get your mind straight. Your mind has a lot of power that even humankind has not explored it to the fullest. So, you can be the one who try to explore the magic this brain has, the power this brain
Yes.
has. And one habit which I have, you can also try, anybody who's watching us, is whenever we are working on really hard, we need motivation. As today, you fueled all of us with a lot of motivation by telling stories about your learners, success stories rather. So when I feel down, when I feel that okay, I'm down in the dumps today, I'm not that excited, so I read some motivational stories or stories which motivates me to think more. So one such story I read recently was that there was a man. Now he fell
Yeah.
into a pit, so he's crying, he's howling on the
Mhm.
top of his voice, asking for
Yeah.
help. Now, because it was a pitfall, nobody bothered that, okay, he's inside. Nobody actually. So now he's calling once, twice, thrice. Nobody helped. Then a man stood there. This person
Mhm.
who's in the mud, he said that, you can see me. Can't you help me? He said, from past 50 minutes you've been howling. Please help, please help. Did anybody bother? He said, not really. Everybody is busy in their work. Yes, exactly. He said, but you can see me. Why don't you help? It's like, it's my choice. I don't want to help. Now tell me, what would you do? Now he took it on his ego.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need to help myself. So he tried his ways out. Yes, it took him good 30 minutes to get out of the pitfall, but the moment he went out, he was a completely changed person. Now, what we get from the story is you don't have to feel helpless. Oh, please help me, please help me. Firstly, be self accountable, then the world is ready to help you, because then you'll have a better perspective. So whatsoever we wanted to share today was simple, that be accountable first, then your tutor is ready to help you. If you're helpless, you're like in your room saying I can't improve, then literally nobody can improve you. Even the tutor would say, please, if you want to cry, cry every day. Happiness should be there, right?
That's right. That's right, Shruti. That's right. I agree with you completely on
Superb.
this.
And I think it's right time where we wrap this session up. Before we wrap this session, I want you to share one message, one leaving message that you want all your learners to think post session.
Oh, yeah,
Any
I have
advice?
shared this actually many times before. But each time I see a learner, I would like to remind that learner to think this one very seriously. When you don't give up, you go up. When you don't give up, you go up. These words are borrowed from the books of Mahatria. It has touched me and it has touched several people. Sharing this one in one session, a homemaker from Bangalore, she said, Titus, at least before I die, I would like to pick up English because that has been my passion for so long.
Super.
At least before I die. See, we have got several ways to give up, several reasons to give up every day. Things are not going to be the way that we want everything to be. Things are just obstacles, problems, difficulties, hindrances, so hurdles. Everything is there. In spite of it all, tell yourself, when you don't give up, you go up.
You go up.
When
Yes.
you don't give up,
That's so
you go
beautiful.
up. That's what I
It's
would like to
simple
leave.
but highly, highly effective. Thank you so much for joining me in for this whole live session, this talk show episode 8. I think couldn't be better than what we actually discussed. It started with a different motive but changed into a completely different thing. But I think that's the beauty of free floating conversation where we don't pre plan but we go with the flow. The kind of questions learners asked, I think that was also so supportive in our today's session. And to all of you, as I always say, never lose hope. If you can imagine in your head, you can have that too. If you see yourself a confident speaker one day, take the right action. We at English Shari are just possibly here for you. All it takes is one click. Join your tutor, any tutor per se, right? And start your journey. As I told you already, up to 50% off is just right away here for you. Till then, we wish you all the best. Keep improving, keep learning new things, and most importantly, stay happy. Right? Till then,
It
we
truly
both
is.
take a
Yeah.
leave. Thank you so much, Tutor Titus. You have added significant pointers today in the session, and which I think I have a lot to learn from you. I wish I could write some things down, but I've definitely taken a mental note, which I'll contemplate later on. Thanks a lot. Thanks a ton for this session.
Thank you so much, Shruti. Thank you so much. It was
Oh,
wonderful being with you, and then absolutely a moving moment for me to to know that there are so many learners out there, and I wish them all the best. And from the bottom of my heart, I would like to express my sincere appreciation. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. We will meet again.